Cool. Yeah. So hi guys. This is Chris from DoraHacks. Welcome to another BNB Revelation Hackathon project demo session. I'm gonna be the host for today's events. Yeah. So a little bit background intro. So this is actually the first hackathon that the BNB done their rebrand. Um, So it's a 600K prize pool hackathon plus 10 million seed funding opportunities. And also BNB have invited lots of famous and big institutions and projects leads to the hackathon as sponsors and judges. As you can see, we have Julia, who is from GSR, to join us. Julia is also the judge for Revelation Hackathon. Yeah. So without further ado, let's introduce the projects today. They are Galaxy Chat, BetaMars, Maptable, and Metabio. We have these four projects are all potentially could be the finalist for the BNB Revelation Hackathon. Yeah, so good luck with it and don't be too nervous. Just remember that you have 10 to 12 minutes maximum. And so try to explain the most important parts for the project. Yeah, so with let's welcome the first project to start today, which is the BetaMars team.
Oh, hi guys. Hi.
Hey, Jack.
Let me share my screen super quick. Yes. Welcome guys. Thank you for joining us today. And I'm so happy to share our project BetaMars to you. And I would like to start with why we start this project in the first place. So we've been studying a lot of crypto games out there for several years now, and we believe that this is a very personal opinion that tokenomics is the key of the crypto game. And arguably, we think Axie Infinity is one of the most successful crypto games out there since last year, and it actually make play to earn a thing for all crypto games. But after several studies, we find out that their tokenomics might not be very sustainable because their in-game token SLP has a limited supply, and it doesn't have enough consumption usage. So if it went down into a death spiral, the tokenomics is not sustainable at all. So the whole game is very vulnerable because of that. After this research, we decided that our game should be very reliable on tokenomics. That's why we designed the whole BetaMars 1.0 version based on the tokenomics we have, and we make it into a gameplay. So how do we do that? Basically, we incorporate the idea from game theory, the cooperation and the competition. So we make players to choose sides, either lords and miners. I will go into detail about that later. I just gave you a brief summary of it right now. And we see BetaMars as a big metaverse, gonna have huge potential in the future. That's why we have already been developing the 2.0 version of the game already. And this is the summary of what our 1.0 game will look like. Before you do anything in a game, you need to choose from two roles. We have lords and miners. So like I mentioned before, we have a game theory thing inside. So between the lords, you can compete with each other by trying to push up your land revenue and not to fall into the bottom 1% of the leaderboard, because your land will get eliminated because of that. And if you are a miner and you think, oh, my revenue from the landlord, they are like giving me too little. So we have this mechanism called a Great Revolution to help you to overthrow the power of the lords, which I will also go into detail later. And we believe that for our game, the players are supposed to spend half time, half in game and half in the communities, maybe in the BetaMars Discord or in-game chat channel. Why? Because of cooperation, we might encourage them to talk among themselves to strategize to maximize their revenue, like even though like either they're lords or miners. And these two tokens are our main token. I'm sorry, these are the two tokens in our game. Elon Punk is the main token. It has 10 billion supply in total, and we'll put 55% of the Elon Punks into the game reserve. And Revel is the in-game token of our project. And like I mentioned before, what's different about our game is that we design Revel, even though it's unlimited supply, but we make tons of consumption cases for Revel so that the Revels will be balanced compared to it's just unlimited and like flushing in the market. Basically, I won't go into too detail in this, but basically the lords can only get the supply of Revel from buying from the miners. So, and the miners will get the Revel from their work in the game. And why the lord need Revel? Because they need to do these certain things in the game. So it's kind of like a very strong consumption model we have. So make sure the whole tokenomics is balanced. And let me go into detail what the game will look like. If you choose the Lord route, you will need something called a land NFT. You need that to unlock your Lord identity. And the basic thing you do in game daily is something called land mining. But you need someone to work for you, right? So you need to hire miners to work for you. And you need Revel to determine your solidity of your land, because that's correlate to the EP revenue we'll get at the end of it. And you can set something called exploitation value to share the EP revenue. So basically you can set like 70%, I get 70, you get 30. So that's how the lords plays. And the lords got another stream of income. It's called a daily tax dividends, which is come from a tax pool. This is another mechanics we have for the lords. And we move on to the miners. If you choose the miner route, you need something called a ticket NFT, which is way cheaper than the land. So that's how we differentiate our users. So if you choose this, you will need something called a mining license to be able to mine on the land. And you get one free mining license every day. But if you need more, you need to buy with our main token EP. So basically we set the job gig around 2 hours each. So if you want to work more, you can buy more. And like I said before, if you're unhappy with the settlement, like the 70% and 30%, you can stake your Revel in our rich pool to trigger a thing called a grid revolution. So what's a grid revolution? Say you are miners, right? You're unhappy with it. You want to stake your Revel into something called a rich pool. That's a separate pool we have. And this rich pool has the goal as a staking goal. For example, it's like several million or several billion of Revel. That the quantity is calculated by a very complicated mathematical equation behind it. And we just want to make sure that the user won't spend too much time on the game or too less time on the game until the great revolution is happened. And once the goal is reached, we'll start the hash collision within the game. And if we reach the same value of the hash, and we will trigger the great revolution. If it fails, we will go into this cycle, which is we'll raise the tax rates by 1% each hour the hash collision fails. And that's belong to the tax pool mechanics as well. And this will keep happening until we reach the great revolution. And that's basically the end of the whole season, and everyone just stop producing. Everyone stop producing. And at that timestamp, the miners will calculate their contribution in the rich pool and will separate their shares of the tax pool, which is designed for the lords. But since Great Revolution happens, the miner get the share. I mean, I get the full share of the tax pool. And like I said before, we are a metaverse project, so we definitely plan more for our game. So for BetaMars 2.0, we add more gameplay, such as SLG and RPG gameplay. And for Lord, we have something called a prosperity value. So it is calculated by how many different construction is happening on your land, like hospitals, schools, police stations. And definitely you need specific people to work for that kind of like thing, right? So you need to hire skilled miners is here and put them into your land and make your lands more lively, and that will bring you more revenue for the land. And as a miner, now you have more names. You're not just the miner anymore. You got more professions such as school doctors, machineries, and teachers. And you need to upgrade your skills by going into such as PvE Dungeon Slayers game or PvP Battle Royale kind of game to level up. And you need to compete with among yourself to get to the top and get hired on the line. But since we're BetaMars, right, we need to keep the competition part always in our game. So we have Rise 2.0. I would also think about like other way of Great Revolution down the road. Besides all the gameplay, we also upgrade our map. We have a 3D spherical map for 2.0. So it's basically you can just travel from one point, go around the globe, and return back to the point. So this requires a very sophisticated engine, and we're very confident about that. And yeah, the map will be twice the size of GTA 5. Yeah, that's the goal. And then we have more NFT, in-game NFT for you to trade, to wear, to use. So there's a lot. That's a lot of planning for the project. And this is another feature we add to make sure our game is very sustainable. We put our NFT sale, like from the land, from the tickets, and put it into a Uniswap V2 Olympus protocol. And we use that to increase our liquidity of the treasury and to make sure we have a very healthy checkbook. And this BTC mining thing is another stream of the revenue. And I would like to highlight here on our roadmap. Well, our plan is like this June, we're gonna start our NFT trading on the marketplace, and our 1.0 game is gonna be officially online. And hopefully by the end of this year, our 2.0 will be online as well. And next year, we're gonna start more things, more project, more related features on the road, such as a DAO or other stuff. And those are the investors that have already on board with us, and we hope more people can join us along this journey. And now I would like to share with you our gameplay. So this is the interface of our gameplay. This is just still under development, so it's not on any official website yet. So basically, this is, if you choose the load route, this is what your game gonna look like. And you have all this data showing what's your decision right now, like what's your, how many lands you own, what's your average exploration value, and how many lands you own, and what's your backpack. This is the NFT thing we set for the future gameplay. And like I mentioned before, we have the riot, the rich pool function, and the tax pool function. And the rich pool, this is what I talk about, the number. We need to reach this to trigger a revolution. And you can also log out and change your wallet address to experience the minor gameplay. This is just the lore gameplay. Minor gameplay will look a little bit different, and it will basically consist of how you do that, how you mine, how you work every day. Yeah, so that's it for me. Thank you guys. Thank you.
Great, yeah, Jacqueline, thank you very much for the introduction. Yeah, Julie, let me know if you have any questions.
Yeah, I think this tokenomics design integrated into the system is quite interesting. And do you, I mean, when you guys design the tokenomics, do you think it is part of the game as well? Because I think that besides the games having like the two routes that you want to take, I feel like because of the, you know, collaboration and competition modes that is embedded within the tokenomics, do you kind of think that your tokenomics is part of the strategy within the game? Like, you know, two games essentially. One is a tokenomic game, the other one is the mining and the game itself. So just want to pick your brain on that.
I'm sorry, I lost you for the first part. Sorry, my internet is a little bit broken.
Yeah, no worries. So I mean, do you see that your tokenomics can be part of the strategy as well? Because I understand that the game itself is actually a mining towards, you know, the two paths that people can take. But because of the two paths that they take, they actually do have a choice of the tokenomics that they can choose is the collaboration and competition model. So in that case, do you see yourself as, you know, integrated strategy tokenomics game in this case?
Let me clarify with your question. Are you asking like, are we like, what's our stand on the what's our style of game, or are you asking our tokenomics will support two paths of career?
Oh, I just want to ask your opinion on if you see your tokenomic design is part of the game as well.
Yes, yes. Like I mentioned, I think our tokenomics is like our main gameplay for the 1.0 game. So basically, we need. I know this is gonna be a very heavy duty on us because we need to educate the players that how the whole thing is played, because they need to get to know what is our tokenomics to be able to really excel in our game. So it's basically the main concept of our game.
And so yeah, that's the thing that I want to clarify. Thanks for confirming.
Yeah, thank you.
Cool. Yeah, thank you very much, Jacqueline, for the introduction. Yeah, we're gonna move to the next project today, which is the Metabio.
Hello everyone,
I
I'm
think,
gonna share my screen.
yeah, feel free to start.
Are you able to see my screen now?
Yep.
Hey, hello everyone. I'm Nguyen from Metabio. We are very happy to be here. Today, we would like to introduce to you the Metabio project. So, what is Metabio? Very simple. It's meta and bio. Meta stands for metadata and bio stands for biodiversity. We are working toward building a Web3 application for gardener or anyone who have indoor plants. We open the gate for them to blockchain and crypto world. Then we connect them as well as the data to biology, expert, and enterprise. So how can we do that? Firstly, we start by inspiring people with our GameFi elements, plan to earn. User as gardener could capture the growth of their plants, provide metadata, mint respective NFT, and sell on our marketplace or any marketplace. They can also earn some reward on Metabio. A token name MBT stands for Metabio token. Secondly, we expand to many valuable category of land and continue to gather metadata. We design and manage them decentralized. Thirdly, when everything is ready, we would launch a platform which allow people has demand on biodiversity data to join and exchange. So, why do we choose this domain and not the other? The answer have two parts. Number one, better work. The more trees are planted, the more oxygen is produced. And if people keep doing plant to earn day by day, they are developing good habits. On the other side, metadata and knowledge which are collected by Metabio can help us to build future foundation. So earn and learn. Number two, we have our own vision. We strongly believe that in the future, biodiversity data would take a very important role in some business area. Therefore, it is crucial to build biodiversity on-chain database. Let's take an example. A fertilizer company named Grow More want to test a new product. They can purchase some statistical data from Metabio, or they can pay some token for farmer to use that fertilizer on plants. and provide result, provide metadata and location, humidity, record the process of plant growth, and so on. The exchange of that data gives us another similar view of metafile, but specific for biodiversity. And last but not least, in the future, if metaverse is popular, there would be a lot of metaverse are created, even personalized metaverse. And when that comes, a 3D or 4D object developer may meet a problem of how to save time on create more model or create more real plant models. And that is leading us to a chance of expanding on 3D plant model exchange market. I would like to call them as a name, Plantverse. That is my part. To continue, our product owner, Mr. Hưng, will show you a short demo.
Hello, everyone. So can you allow my share screen, please? Okay. I'm Hưng from Metabio. So now I'm going to show the simplest use case to plan and earn MPT tokens in our D app. Firstly, I will connect to my MetaMars wallet. So currently, there's 8 MPT tokens in my wallet. Now I will be showing how a user updates a plan status and then earn the token. Currently, I have a plans, namely PT, and its length were 5 centimeter according to the last update about 1.5 months ago. Actually, there are few more steps before the user reach this point, including creating the plan profile, and also they need to purchase NFT pot, and each NFT pot has its attribute value, which are used to calculate the rewards. But the related feature for the NFT pot are still in progress, and we want to spend more time to build out those features. So just given that this PT plans is already associated with a NFT pot at this point. So I'm going to log a new diary for this plan by capturing a new picture with showing the current state of the plan. Actually, there are few more strict requirements at this step to avoid cheating, but it will be defined and implemented in the future. And I'm going to update the land dimension of this PT plan. Finally, I'm going to trigger the smart contract to validate and send the reward to my wallet. There should be a delay for the transaction to send MPT rewards. In the meantime, I want to show you the fish tab in our D app. It's built to for the interaction between people in our ecosystem and also a community. And now I'm going to check my wallet to see if I got one new token MPT now. That's it for now, and thank you very much for watching. Please reach out to us if you have any more questions.
Cool. Yeah, thank you very much, team, for the presentation. Yeah.
I don't have many questions. Yeah, thanks a lot for the presentation.
Cool. Yeah, thank you very much, team. Yeah, and we will move to the next project today, which is the Galaxy Chat, I think. Oh, so it's actually Maptable. Yeah. So Lei, feel free to start when I'm ready.
Yeah, can you hear can you see my screen?
Not yet. Oh, yeah, right now it's good.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, everyone. I'm glad to have the opportunity to share the project Maptable we are working on. Through this project, we hope to build a user-friendly database and mapping tool and a data marketplace for everyone to use data more easily. So there are three keywords here: map, table, and data marketplace, which I will go detail later. I must say that it's not a typical Web3 or blockchain projects, but we are exploring to include the Web3 mechanisms into the data marketplace part, and comments and suggestions are very welcome. Okay, who we are. I received my PhD at Tsinghua University and completed postdoc training at MIT and Peking University. So during this research experience that I found there's a great opportunity to start a data infrastructure projects. So we started Maptable. And so Maptable is based on very strong, research-based projects. So we have very top publications and industry experiences. Okay, the aim of Maptable is to reshape the way people use data and do mapping. So we think there's four very important parts of this project. One is map, table, data algorithm, and the building blocks. The first is map. Through map, we want to build a very useful tool for very large-scale data sets visualization. So the map part is WebGL-based, and it could be used to interactive analysis. And the second part is table. We want to change the way people use database. So we want to convert database into a spreadsheet-like interface. So with rich field and view types, people can interact with database very easily. And three part is data and algorithm. So we focus on social economic data. So that's why we call Maptable Atlas. This is the Atlas part. And we also have a strong AI marketplace. So we want to empower people to use data and algorithms through subscription. And also, since the data and algorithm can contribute by the community, so we want to share the benefits with contributors. And this is the part we want to include some Web3 mechanisms to empower the way people use data and algorithm. So through all this part, we build a SDK and API backend and to let people to build their own apps or websites and all the automation pipelines. Yeah. This is the main structure of the projects. And there's a lot of related projects on the market, and maybe many people know that there's a lot of like tables, like Airtables, Google Spreadsheet, and ByteDance, a lot of tables. And there's also a lot of mapping tools and big companies in this market. And also there's an emerging market on data and algorithm like SafeGraph, Foursquare, and also algorithm tools like TensorFlow and Caffe, a lot of tool sets. But we found that when we are looking for a niche market, we found that there's a black page at the intersection of data, table, and map. Yeah, that's why we want to build our market start from the intersection. Okay, compared with existing projects, we have like three highlights that I want to highlight. The first is we have very rich experience on mapping tools and WebGL technology. So this enables us to do very large-scale data visualization through very good mapping tools. And secondly is we have a new WebAssembly structure to let the browser to handle very big data tables. Yeah, this is the advantage of the table side. And also we want to include the user-friendly subscription to let everyone to use data and the algorithm very easily, instead of like you need to use Python or training very complex models. Yeah, so that's the highlights of the projects. Actually, we have working on this project for like 1.5 years, and so it's just released the first version. Here's the showcase. I can show some images later. And okay, we also have like over 500 early adopters. They're from top universities, real estate industries in China, global tech companies, and finance companies. Yeah, most of them use like the data and algorithm and also they are using our building blocks to build their own apps. And yeah, here's some showcase that what they can use our platform to build their platform. Like they can convert unstructured data into structured data, and they are building like COVID dashboard. Here an example is like they can build their own COVID database, and they can use this database to visualize the spreading of the COVID and do visualization. And also they can use the platform and the user contribute data to build powerful algorithms to predict the economic activity within cities. I have a video to show. All this data contributed by the users. And with these user contribute data, we could build powerful algorithms to predict like economic activity, the population distribution, and the consumption levels. Yeah, that's it. Thank you, everyone.
Got it. Yeah, thank you very much, Lei, for the presentation. Julia?
Yeah, thank you. I think this is quite interesting. And I mean, the way that you presented as an interaction between Maptable and database is something that I thought can be, driving data analytics quite a bit, like especially in the final video, if we can map out how, let's just take an example of like restaurant and spending across the map, it can be quite powerful. Especially for the merchants as well as consumers. But just a curious question, how do you guys actually power this by blockchain, or what is the technology that is a bit related to BNB chain in this case, if you could share a bit more?
Okay, actually the current version is not built on blockchain or Web3 mechanisms, but after we got the invitation from BNB, so we are trying to launch next version, and we also talking with some pioneers in blockchain industry to try to include blockchain mechanism into the next version of the data marketplace.
Okay. Do you see a issue of migration from Web 2 to Web 3 in this case, especially I guess like the algorithms and all the things we have to go through a revamp? Do you foresee that as a very big lift, or how, as in what is the future roadmap if you were to build on BNB chain in this case?
I think from my past experience and what I'm looking in the industry, everyone wants to like take benefits from contributing data and algorithms, and the current tools and mechanisms are not like equal to most of this data and algorithms are owned by big companies, and also it's like centralized in a centralized way to use it. So that's what I see the potential to use. But actually, I'm not I'm not an expert in Web3 or blockchain, so I'm still learning.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, thanks for explaining.
Cool. Yeah, thank you very much for the presentation. Definitely, it's a very interesting one. Yeah, and we're gonna move to the last but not the least project today, which is the Galaxy Chat. And Edison, it's your time.
Yes, let me share my screen. Okay, can you guys see my screen?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Hello, everyone. This is Edison. I'm here with Jefferson. We are from Galaxy Chat. So Galaxy Chat is a social file on-chain communication messaging app that has a quantum-resistant algorithm to perform enhanced security over users' chat message. We also have a conversational AI and other function like MFT. So here's a table of contents. I'm going to go through our vision, product intro, demo, tech explanation, and a little bit of background about our team and our future roadmap. So our objective is to build an ultimate, secure, quantum-resistant IM app featuring blockchain and an AI chatbot. We want to build the world's first decentralized instant messaging platform with a focus on privacy, crypto, and social fi. Nowadays, we cannot live our lives without an instant messaging app. I believe all of us here must have used at least one of the following IM in the past week, like Facebook Messenger, iMessage, Slack, WeChat, WhatsApp, Telegram. There's something in common between these apps. Not only do they require us to register an account with either an email address or phone number, but they are also controlled by large corporations. So concerns have been raised by users' chat messages that are leaked to the other corporations. One of the most important features blockchain provides is enhanced security. We want to take this a step further by applying a post-quantum algorithm on the data to solve the concern. Our chat app also provides an easy way for our users to get things done with just their voices. At the same time, we want to allow our user to share and trade their NFTs, cryptocurrencies, holding with their friends easily. Think about Instagram stories, but for NFT. Take this even further. What if we explain this to a social platform that allow users to breed their NFT characters with others, or a Tinder-like app that allow users to meet other users that have similar collection of NFTs? So our product consists of two main features. First, our quantum-resistant chat. The system will encrypt our user's chat message using a post-quantum algorithm before the data reach Binance Smart Chain. This ensures the security even faced with quantum computing. Users' privacy can be ensured. The second feature is our Galaxy AI bot. Galaxy AI bot is an AI-powered bot that translates users' voice into text and intent automatically, allow users to query real-time crypto prices, as well as latest popular NFT project. We'll demo this in the later slide. Here's our demo. Let me play the demo video. So I'm going to send a quantum encrypted message on BSC testnet. Right now, we are encrypting the text with quantum post-quantum algorithm. Yeah. And once the text is encrypted, we're going to send to the BSC testnet. Okay. As you can see, the data is encrypted on the blockchain. Here's our Galaxy AI bot. What's the price of Bitcoin?
The price of BTC is $38,219.18.
Hot projects.
Top NFT collection today is following. Other need for other side floor price 3.5 ETH Mutant 8 Yacht Club floor price 23.9 ETH Board 8 Yacht Club floor price 122 ETH.
Okay. Let me go back to the slide. Okay. Let me explain how quantum-resistant chat works. The quantum-resistant chat uses independent key pairs and encryption algorithm from blockchain. First, sender needs to obtain recipient's public key from the virtual cloud and encrypt message using recipient's public key, then send to the BSC testnet. Once the recipient receives the encrypted message from the BSC testnet, recipients will use their private key on their own device to decrypt the message. For both parties, the private key will only store on users' devices. So the server does not store any private key. Let me explain how Galaxy AI Bot works. First, we need to do data training to our MLP model. We offer data like, what's the price of Bitcoin? Then we teach our MLP model that the intent for the sentence is price and symbol is BTC. We also provide other data like what's the price of BNB, what's the price of Ethereum. So if we ask what's the price of BNB, the intent will also be price, but the symbol will be BNB. After training this data, when user speaks, we use speech recognition API to convert user voice into text, then send text to VIIDL AI. VIIDL AI will send data to our MLP model. After we get intent from our MLP model, we'll query Binance API to get a price or query OpenSea API to get a hot MLP project. Let me also introduce our team. Our team comes from a diverse background, and most importantly, we are all blockchain enthusiasts. We have work experience in both startup and a large corporation. We are also experienced from raising seed funding stage to a stage of being acquired. To begin with, I'm Edison. I'm a blockchain veteran as well as Web3 developer. I'm also experienced in fintech industry. I currently own a software company that provides consultancy on blockchain technology. We build products that do DeFi and NFTs. Jefferson is a founding engineer at his current company, and he has overseen the initial product development until the recent acquisition by a private equity firm. He also holds a Master of Science in Machine Learning. He's interested in applying his machine learning knowledge within the blockchain technology. Kathy is experienced in designing NFT as well as designing DeFi projects. She has been trading crypto since 2020 and worked as a product manager in various IT companies. Sherm is a blockchain consultant. He has also successfully launched multiple SaaS products from 0 to 1. He's also a digital transformation partner for different Fortune 500 corporations. So we found our team last month, and we have successfully accomplished the following. We have trained our chatbot data with 2,000 training sample data. We plan to feed more data to the model in order to increase accuracy. We have also integrated with Binance API to fetch the latest crypto price, as well as NFT API from OpenSea. We also integrated with Ledger Security API to conduct a post-quantum encryption on users' chat message. In Q3, we plan to build a native mobile app for mobile support. After all, we think that a web-based IM is not sufficient in today's world. We also want to add in support for converting users' NFT into chat emojis. Also, we would like to allow NFT transaction within the chat. User can trade NFT directly based on their wallet address, so that they can save 2.5 transaction fees from the OpenSea. We also plan to add DeFi support. User can swap their coin or stake their coin within the chatbot instead of going to Uniswap or other staking platforms. In Q4, we want to explain the social aspect of our app by allowing user to create stories and moments, as well as meeting user who has similar collection of NFTs. Okay, thank you for watching my presentation. Is there any questions?
Cool. Yeah, thank you very much, Edison. Julie?
Yeah, I think just a very quick one. I mean, just to pick your brain a little bit, since you mentioned about quantum resistance, how far do you see that we, require quantum resistance at this stage? Because I do understand that there are a lot of talks to say that, a lot of the big organizations and tech companies out there, like your Google or big tech out there are actually studying quantum. So how far do you think we are near that stage that we need to quantum proof some of our blockchain data? So just want to get your opinion on this.
Frankly speaking, I'm not sure, but I think quantum computing is a potential risk for the whole blockchain industry. So probably maybe 5-10 years, or like more than 10 years.
Yeah, also it serves as like a way, so just like what Edison mentioned, like instant messaging is like in everyone's like life right now. Like even if you're not within blockchain industry, if you have never heard of blockchain, like you still use instant messaging app. And then they also care about like the security. By us like first taking the step using the quantum encryption first, I think this would help like even more new users to join the blockchain like industry or the field.
Yeah, okay, thanks for that. Understood.
Yeah. So Edison and Jefferson, I actually have little questions as well. So I'm not sure if I missed this part, but I would like to understand a little bit more about like the business model, like how you're gonna generate the revenue in the future.
Oh, sure. So, for example, I'm a MFT trader, right? We think that 22.5% of transaction fee from OpenSea is very high. So imagine that you see people who own Punk or who own other blue chip MFT like a Juki or BAYC. You use our app, you can just chat with the owner directly, and then we will provide a MFT contract so that you can trade with this owner directly, and you can save 2.5% transaction fee. Maybe we are going to charge a lower fee, like let's say 0.5%. Yeah.
Right, and then another way is, remember, Edison mentioned like one of our future goal is like kind of do it like a social fi, like kind of like a matching, like a dating platform, something similar to Tinder. So think about how Tinder does it right now. You can like pay for a premium membership, so you can swipe more, get more matches or something like that. That would be part of it too.
Got it. Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, so I think that's all for today's demo session. Thank you, Galaxy Chat team, and also thank you all three teams that just done the presentation before. You guys all did a very great job. Yeah, so hopefully you guys could achieve good results during this hackathon. After this hackathon, I mean. Yeah, and also appreciate Julia for joining us and contributed time and questions for all four teams. I believe they are all meaningful and super helpful for them. Cool. Yeah. So I guess that's it for today. Thank you very much again for your time and presentation. It's very helpful for audience to understand, and also judges in the future to understand what you guys are trying to build right now and in the future. And yeah. Hope you guys could keep working hard and build up the next best project in the industries. And hope you guys all doing great in the future. Yeah, thank you very much for joining us and have a great one.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.